Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. And today I will be reading A Cat's Cake Reader by Tiny Diars on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Katsuki blinks at you like he does not believe the words that are coming out of your mouth right now. What do you mean he never cuddled with you? He demands, his brows now far together to create a crease between them. His figure looming over yours, and the two of you sit on his bed. And even though his stance might seem intimidating to anyone, and the way he demands things from you, in reality, it was something else. It was just worry and concern. And that was how Katsuki shouted. He had an aggressive way of showing emotion, but you had gotten used to it, and you don't mind it. It's part of the person that you chose to love, and you love it, just as the rest of them. You shrug, averting your eyes to your palms, tracing some of the lines of your skin. When you first told Katsuki about your previous boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend, however you like to call it, he had insisted that you should forget all about him. The past was in the past after all. It wasn't like he was mad at you for having a boyfriend previously, but he was toxic, and he was abusive to you. He only wanted you to forget, if it meant that you could forget the pain as well. But the deeper the two of you delved in your relationship, it dawned on him that you were not treated right, not in the slightest, which also explained a lot about your hesitancy when he asked you out. But Katsuki promised you that everything your ex did, he would do 10 times better, because that was what defined Katsuki Bakugou. Someone who would do 10 times better than your ex. Someone who was way nicer, way kinder, and just way better. Katsuki gave his everything for the things he cared about. And to him, you were a priority, right next to his hero work. So of course, he'd put on 100% and even more, just to make you happy. And right now, faced with this, a little bit of his heart, raged and shattered for you, and for the pain you must have gone through. He never really initiated any intimacy between us. He didn't see a point in it, he said, daring a glance up at the blonde man, and you swore for a second that you saw smoke pouring out the sides of his ears. Katsuki was flabbergasted, to say the least. What kind of a boyfriend doesn't even make the effort to cuddle with his girl? He huffs, the question rhetorical, as he answers it himself a second later. A shitty one. Come on. Katsuki, what are you? And he cuts him off, your words dying on your tongue, when he pulls you down next to him, under the warm cotton sheets of his bed. Ones that faintly smell like him, freshly washed. And now, he's got your back pressed tightly against his chest, curled up to you, with his nose barely brushing the skin of your neck. Comforting is the first thing you can think of to describe this, wrapped up in his strong, warm arms, getting a peek at his more vulnerable side that he often sheltered and hid away from everyone, only revealing it to very selected people, if they were lucky enough. And right now, he felt blessed, because you were one of those people, and he was willing to share all of his love with you. With this small act. That's the key. You wait for him to have a response, to show that he hears you. What are we doing? We're cuddling, dumbass. He answers matter-of-factly, like it should have been obvious enough. And it was. He should have guessed it. But it felt so foreign and different. And coming from Katsuki of all things. Your previous boyfriend was not as stern as him. At least not on the outside. And seeing Katsuki do this, when your ex had not at all, it really showed you how shitty your ex must have been. And how lowered your expectations were. Because Katsuki did everything that he thought was simple, while you continued to be amazed at the simplest forms of affection. It saddened him, and it made him want it even better. Because you deserved the very best. And you could tell you're about to interrogate him about it further. So, he chooses to continue. I need to show you what real cuddles are, and not what that bastard boyfriend of yours made you used to. He said honestly, because he had to. There was a lot of work to be undone, and he was going to fix that mess that T-Rex had created with pleasure. If it meant that you would never frown again, that you would be happy and safe, and know your damn worth. And even though he could not quite see it, but there was a warm smile tugging at the corner of her lips. Something in your chest swung at his gesture. You're really warm. You murmur as he tightens his arms around you, nuzzling into your neck. Shut up and enjoy it, alright? There's not much about his words. There never is when he speaks to you. It's what you deserve. This, and a whole lot more.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.